Gone are the days when the sun used to set on my empty heart, all alone in my bed, tossing and turning, emotions were strong. I knew I had to hold on, waiting for tonight. Oh, when you would be here in my arms, waiting for tonight. Oh, I've dreamed of this love for so long, waiting for tonight. Oh, oh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner. Welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news. It is popping off. It is really, really popping off. Oni is out there making us all nice and horny. It is exciting times, ladies and gentlemen. I have to admit, I'm loving it. I'm loving the situations that are happening in this window. This window is starting to really smell nice now. It's really smelling beautiful, and I hope it continues in this manner. I just feel that maybe of all the hardships that we've seen already under this ownership, the directorship, maybe, just maybe, I'm trying to believe that hopefully things are slowly starting to change. Hopefully we reach to the finals of the Club World Cup, and hopefully we beat whoever is in that Club World Cup final and take that glory and wear that badge for 4 years proud. And then looking forward to next season in the Premier League. Hopefully we can do quite a lot of damage, and Champions League as well. And looks like we're bringing in the right type of players, and we're getting rid of the right type of players, and we're bolstering the team in the right manner. Now, some of you guys might be saying, Miz, what are you so excited about? What's happening? Well, let's get in on the act right now. David Ornstein, Oni, who makes us all nice and horny. This is what he delivered literally a few hours back, ladies and gentlemen. David Ornstein, Noni Madueke agrees personal terms with Arsenal as they consider approaching Chelsea for England international. AFC have 23-year-old green light plus strong relations with Chelsea, but no club-to-club talks yet. Firm options to bolster on both wings. This is coming from The Athletic. Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely, he can play both wings. Yeah, no problems. Look, as I've said, like the way we are the best customers for Brighton, Arsenal Football Club are equally the best customers of our rejects. So now, look, fantastic. Arsenal, show us the money. Take your man. We've seen enough. Yeah, we don't want to see any more. If he blows up at your joint, so be it. But I highly, highly doubt it. But good luck. Good luck to you guys. Make sure you give us the good money. I think we're trying to approach for about 50 million odd. We're going to get into the news. Maresca also had some fine words to say about this post-match yesterday. And to all the people, I just want to quickly say, to the people when this news literally broke a few weeks back, and then a few days ago, Florian Plettenberg said, you know, they've already started talking on personal terms. A lot of people didn't want to believe. I get it. I understand, because you want to wait for the proper source, and like David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano come out and say about this. I get that. But I've always said, you got to understand the situation. Wherever there's a little bit of smoke, there's a little bit of fire. And in this case, it made sense. It really made sense with the players that are coming next season, the likes of Esteval. We saw what Esteval is all about. You know, this kid is going to be phenomenal. The business that we're already doing, the business that we're thinking about doing. Noni Madueke summed up the situation that, yeah, look, his time at Chelsea Football Club is over. It's finito. And rightly so, man. And someone like Noni Madueke, he's not really developed the way we've wanted him to develop. And the other message that I want to give out to all the fans that consistently gave me the insults and demeaning comments all throughout last season, because I didn't see Noni Madueke the same way as some of you guys might have seen. I need you guys to come out and apologize. I really do. You know me, when I've done something wrong, I come out and I apologize to you guys, right? But you guys need to now apologize and say, hey, I'm sorry. Yeah, he is not the player that we thought, and happy for him to move on. Looks like personal terms, well, it has been agreed with Arsenal. He really wants to move. And I hope this now escalates, and I hope we go for Kudus, and we're going to talk about that very, very soon. The other one is, ladies and gentlemen, we're letting them have Noni Madueke, but we're planting a seed at Arsenal Football Club. So wait till you see the news that's going to drop, who we are trying to target over there. It's going to blow your mind. And this is why I'm thinking we're moving in a smart manner. We really are moving in a smart manner. This is what Maresca had to say about Madueke post-match, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Vincent doing a madness. He's asking the right question. Maresca on Madueke, I want players who are happy to be with us, and the ones that are not, they can go. I mean, if this doesn't scream to you from the get-go that Maresca is quite blunt here. It's like, look, if you're not happy, then my man, the door's there. See you later. Do you know what I mean? Keep going. And this is what it is. This is a clear indication that Maresca, without saying much, said a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, Maresca is not saying that, Madueke, leave, but he's sort of indirectly saying, if you're not happy for you to go. Do you know what I mean? So that is what's happening. And now, this news is really escalating quickly. Fabrizio Romano saying Noni Madueke is the main target this summer for Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal fan base are in a mad meltdown. Mad. And we might have to do a reaction video on that on the other channel. If you haven't subscribed, Ms. TV, Total Football, subscribe to that. We might have to do a reaction on the other channel. The meltdown that we are seeing in the Arsenal fan base is so fantastic, so heartwarming. It's so soothing. Do you know what I mean? Brings peace, brings sukoon. Do you know what I mean? Great to see. All of a sudden, he's become their number one summer target. A lot of people are saying there's so many wingers available in the likes of Rodrigo, Rafael Leao, this, that, the other. Rodrigo could be in serious trouble in Real Madrid. Looks like he's a bench player now. Even today in the match against Dortmund in the Club World Cup quarterfinal, Rodrigo's bench. So all these wingers available, they're going for our man Noni Madueke. No problems. And he's now the main target, which is fantastic to see. Arsenal are preparing their opening bid for Madueke. Arsenal are prepared to push. Look, Arsenal, you're prepared to push. We are prepared to be pushed. Push as much as you want. Push. Let's get that money, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal, give us. Look, I think 50 million will do the trick. 50 million will do the trick. And do you know what, ladies and gentlemen? This move is now having a counter reaction to something we want to do to Arsenal, and that's what we're going to land to right now. So all of this stuff with Madueke, maybe we are trying to look, we've already got a good relationship with Arsenal. They're our best customers. They take all our faulty products and they think they're going to make something out of it. They generally don't. In fact, they really don't. Players go to that football club, they win nothing. And we, on the other hand, we're hopefully moving in the right direction, right? Hopefully we pick up the Club World Cup. This Noni Madueke situation could be the seed that we are planting. And what seed are we talking about? Boom, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Check this news out. I'm going to highlight that name. Chelsea have been showing interest in Nwaneri's situation only in case new deal won't be sealed with Arsenal. Nwaneri and Arsenal in talks over new deal while player wants game time guaranteed. Separate deal from Madueke, who agreed personal terms with Arsenal. We already saw a little bit of friction last season where Nwaneri, he really should have been given the opportunity to play, and then he wasn't being played. But Arteta thinks very highly of him, but don't know what happened right at the end of the season when they had a few injuries. Nwaneri should have been playing, whether it's in the Premier League, whether it's in the Champions League, but he wasn't given that opportunity. Odegaard was dropping disaster classes after disaster classes, and Nwaneri didn't get that opportunity. And I'll tell you this much. I've watched enough of him last season for Arsenal to say this kid is special. 100%. No two ways about it. Now, if we are looking to give them Madueke and in return we're able to get Nwaneri, if that is not a mad slap on their face, I mean, it just shows hopefully we've started to turn things around and how we are operating as a football club, and they have just literally showcased what a pathetic football club that they are in the way they're run. I'm going to do another video on my second channel. Once again, make sure you subscribe. Ms. TV Total Football. Thomas Partey, look at what's going on there. He's being charged. Do you know what I mean? And they would have known about this. They would have known about this. How convenient they've let him go on a free, and all of a sudden they're charged. So look, this would be a fantastic, phenomenal slap on their face, the one that they do deserve, and their fan base, rightly so, that they're in a mad meltdown. getting Madueke off us, and then if we are able to snatch Ethan Nwaneri, one of their prized assets for the future, that's lovely. That's lovely. And Arteta seems like, he's not paying too much attention to Ethan Nwaneri. And if you're not paying too much attention, we'll take it. And a lot of Chelsea fans might be saying, do we have the space for him? Maybe not immediately, but down the track there will be space. Ethan Nwaneri, and we're involved in so many competitions. He'll be happy to get the relevant minutes, and I'm sure he will. He's not gonna look if this ever materializes that Chelsea end up buying Ethan Nwaneri. I think Ethan Nwaneri needs to understand you're not obviously going to be a starter, but you will definitely get game time. It'll be interesting. I don't think it will happen as yet because Arsenal, I'm sure they'll find some middle ground over there. But if it doesn't, I have no issues for this deal to happen for Chelsea Football Club because I really rate this youngster. These are the type of youngsters I've got no issues about if we go and pursue them because they do make a lot of sense. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about Ethan Nwaneri. I think he's a fantastic young talent that is rising, on the rise. And if Arsenal are not giving him the love that he deserves, then we will be there. We will be there. And I feel like Ethan Nwaneri, he'll know. History will suggest lots of players from Arsenal that have come to Chelsea Football Club and they've done really, really well in their careers and they've won stuff. So I'm sure Ethan Nwaneri will look into that. Now, Mohammed Kudus, because if we get rid of Madueke, yes, Ethan Nwaneri is a plant that we're trying to, it's a seed that we're trying to plant with Arsenal. But let's be honest, Ethan Nwaneri is still going to be a long-term project. We need something immediately. And there's been talks about Mohammed Kudus big time, massively. There's been talks about Mohammed Kudus, not just this window, in previous windows. When he first went to West Ham, we were talking about him. And now I feel like this is going to happen. It really will. Madueke will go to Arsenal. Mohammed Kudus will come to Chelsea. And we are going to flop it out. And we are going to throw the biggest party and jizz all over the screen. Because that is what needs to happen if this goes down well. West Ham are confident Chelsea will submit a better offer than Spurs for Mohammed Kudus. Spurs, get yourself out of there. All right, do all your homework. Do all of the stuff that you need to do. Then pass it on to us and we'll finalize the transaction. West Ham would also prefer he goes to Chelsea over Spurs. This has come from ex-West Ham employee, one of the best sources out there when it comes to West Ham news. So fantastic. I love it. This guy will fit in. Can you imagine João Pedro on top? In the inside half spaces, you have players like Kudus and Cole Palmer. Oh my, that would be sensational. This is how we build a proper team for next season to pursue for the Premier League and also the Champions League and become a big, monster team once again in European levels. So I love this. This is sensational news. This is what Maresca had to say. Once again, Nizak Kinsella on this moment. The journalists, they're doing the right things, man. They're doing smart business as well, these journalists. They're finally saying the right questions. Maresca on Kudus, he's a West Ham player, so I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing, but you have said a lot. Only thing I can say is I know Kudus since Ajax. I can't say nothing, but I've known him since Ajax. Well, you have said a lot, my man. You've said enough. The fact that you've gone on to say that you've known him since Ajax, that's all I needed to know. That means you like the player. That means you've been monitoring the player. That means you are suggesting the player comes to Chelsea Football Club, to our ownership, to our directors, and I hope we do this business. Madueke to Arsenal, Mohammed Kudus to Chelsea. Baba boom, baba bang. Beautiful business, ladies and gentlemen. And if we can plant a seed at Arsenal for Ethan Nwaneri, why not? Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, I am literally buzzing, man. I am buzzing, waiting for tonight. Oh, waiting for tonight. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. I am buzzing for this window. This window is starting to look really, really good. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, take care. See ya.